Good morning everybody. I welcome you all to your grammar class, and in today's class we are going to start with a new lesson, that is lesson number 9. We have already finished our active and passive voice. Now we have a 10th lesson, that is subject verb agreement. So let's see. Subject verb agreement, lesson number 10. When we talk about subject verb agreement, means there should be some agreement between subject and the verb. Whenever we have any sort of sentence, suppose if I take Seema sings well, then what I have to do, I have to see whether subject and verb both are in agreement or not. I cannot, if I will write Seema sing well, this is wrong. Since my subject, or you can say noun, is singular, Seema is a single person we are talking about, singular, and whenever I am using a single or a singular noun or a subject, I have to see that instead of writing sing, I will be adding s to it. There are certain words which can be changed with es also. We write es for them, but sing will have s, sings. Seema sings well. Let's make Seema plural. Let's give this position to some plural subject or a noun. They sing well. I have taken a very short sentence so that you can understand me. They sing well. Now they is plural. I am talking about more than one. There are many children. They is used for plural. And so because I have my noun or a subject plural, I have taken a simple play word without adding s to it. This is what subject verb agreement is. It is not that only about plays, sings, only these, but we have is, am, are, was, were, has, have, do, does. All these things are there which we are going to see today. How you can write a correct statement, grammatically correct. When you will keep all these points in your mind, you would be able to write everything correctly. So let's see. In the definition sort of thing in your book, it is given there must be a definite agreement between the verb and the subject of a sentence. The kind of subject always decides the kind of verb in a sentence. You have to see the subject. It is the subject who decides what type of verb will a sentence have. Always by looking at the subject, we have to think of the verb we are going to use. So let's see. We have these points in our book. I have written on the board. A verb must agree with its subject. I have already given you few examples. One example by which I have explained. A singular noun. You all know about singular and plural verbs. Singular and plural sentences or nouns. So we are going to talk about these. Singular noun takes a singular verb. Sorry. A singular noun takes a singular verb. Both the things singular. Singular noun will have in the sentence singular verb. With it, a plural noun takes a plural verb, as simple as that. A singular noun will take the singular verb with it, and the plural noun will take plural verb with it. How I can explain you? I will be taking one statement. I have taken few statements, but I will be explaining you these after explaining these important points on the board. Then it says a singular pronoun. Whether it is noun or a pronoun, I am sure you all know about noun and pronoun. Noun is, what are nouns? Yes, they are naming words. Like if I have used a sentence, Seema for you, isn't it? Or Rita, Meeta, Geeta, anything, Rohan, Raj, anything. These are my nouns. But if I don't want to use anybody's name, I will say they. I will say he. He was playing in the park. Raj was playing in the park. Raj I have taken noun. But if I don't want to use this name Raj and I just want to give you a statement which is not indicating any particular person, I will say he was playing in the park. So my he is pronoun. So let's come to it. A singular pronoun takes a singular verb, and as simple as that, it is exactly same. A plural pronoun will definitely take a plural verb with it. A plural pronoun will take a plural verb. A singular noun will always take a singular verb, and the plural noun will take a plural verb. As simple as that. If it is singular noun, it will take singular verb. If it is plural noun, it will take plural verb. If it is singular pronoun, it will take singular verb. If it is plural pronoun, it will take plural verb. I am sure you have understood. Then the next point says, with the pronoun you. Now you would be thinking that it will apply for all the pronouns. No, but pronoun you. We will read and see that pronoun you, the pronoun you, we always use a plural verb to it. We will always, without thinking anything else, always with pronoun you, we will be using definitely a plural verb. Now we will come to the few examples. I have not written all the examples here. Few examples from your book. My skirt. Now this is your noun. I am talking about my skirt. We have already learned that verb must agree with the subject, and I have told you the kind of subject always decides what kind of verb will be there in the sentence. Kind of subject or kind of noun. Here this is skirt, means a singular noun we have. I have told you singular noun will have singular verb. Is also your singular verb. My skirts, I have made it plural. When it is plural, a plural noun takes a plural verb. You cannot write skirt are clean. That would be wrong. Or if you will write this as my skirts is clean, then also your statement will be wrong. We have to see the agreement between your noun and your verb. Let's read the third example. I have used word Rita. Means I have used noun, proper noun. Rita is playing. I have used is. Now you must have understood why I have used is. Because this is my singular noun. With singular noun, I will use singular verb. This boy plays a lot. This boy means a single boy, means a singular noun. Will have singular verb. Plays. Although you can see S here, but do not get confused. It is used with singular nouns. Whenever we have I have written the same sentence, making it plural, these boys means more than one. We have many boys here. Play a lot. Now I have not used. You would be observing I have not used S here because in the plural subjects, whenever we have plural subject or plural noun, we will be using Simple, without adding s or es to the verb. Play, eat, sing, dance, jump. But when it is here, when this is singular, the boy jumps, the boy eats, the boy sings, the boy plays. All this can be used. Now, just I have written a small chart for you. I have made a chart for you so that you can understand what are singular verbs and what are plural verbs. Is your singular verb. I have explained you with the help of the sentences here. And are is plural. Whenever we have plural subject, we go with are. In the present tense, definitely you must have understood is used in the present tense. What about past tense? We have the word was for singular. He was sleeping. And if it is not a single person who was sleeping, then by they were sleeping. Were is plural. Has is used for singular. Have when we have more than one. Plays, I have told you, will go with the singular verb and with the plural verb. Play will go. This is all about your subject verb agreement. Now when you will come to page number 70, you will observe that they have also given you one chart by which you can understand how you can construct your sentences. Study the following examples. I am talking about this chart which is right down there on page number 70. Study the following examples to see how the verb changes its form when the subject is a pronoun. When we have a pronoun in the place of subject, we have a pronoun. Then how your verb changes. All this is explained in the chart here. They have shown you the first part is subject and verb, the highlighted part. Then this side they have given you singular plural, singular plural and so on. Whenever we have singular I, we all know that we write I am. I is used for singular, but you can take it by default that I will have the words like I have, or you know that it is singular. I is used for singular person, but then too we go with the plural verbs with it. I was, I have, I do. All these are used with I in many of the places you can see here. But when we use we is used for plural, more than one. So we will use we are, we were, we have, we do. These are the things which goes like this. Then when we are using you, I have told you, with you we always go with the plural verbs. So let's see. It says you are in both the cases, whether it is singular or plural. You were, you can use you have, you do. In both the cases, whether it is singular or plural statement, you will go with the plural verbs only. When we have he, she, it. He, we know, singular. She also singular. It also, it is singular. It is, she is, he is. But when we have they, then we are not going to use is. Rather, we are going to use are, because they indicates that we have plural. Were, he, she, it. With this we will use was, and with they we will use were in the past tense. Then he, she, it will take has, and they will take have. You all know why all these are with them. He, she, it we use does. This is very important. Generally we make a mistake in this. He means singular. Whenever we have singular sentence like they, with this we will use do. Okay, I will ask you, okay, what does? think which one will be correct here? They do not like it, or we will go with they does not like it. Your correct answer is they do not like it. We always use do with plural subjects or plural nouns or pronouns. We always go with do. But when we have he, then can you think what we can use? Can you think? Yes, children, definitely. If you have this answer in your mind, then you are absolutely correct. He does not like it. We use, if this is singular, we use does. If this is plural, then we use do. And has, have, they are very simple. You all must have practiced that many a time, so you know that. But you would be confused with do and does. So I am sure that you are clear with do and does, how and where you can use do and where you can use does. That's all for today. Revise this much portion. We will be continuing this lesson in the next video. Thank you and take care.